Hey, Nation, we are going north to Alaska today. We're with Dan Foote from Anchorage. Dan, how are you enjoying the longest days of the year, my friend? What a fun time to be up there.
Oh, it is. Yesterday morning was stunning blue sunshine. Last night, you you may remember this or not remember this, Harry, from your time up here.
Hmm.
We used to never get thunderstorms in Anchorage. It may be up Eagle River Valley, but not in Anchorage. Last night, we got hit with another thunderstorm that rolled through Anchorage. It was impressive. I had to drive through some of that rain. It was coming down hard, but it's a beautiful time of year up here.
Yeah, it is, and we're wishing you the best that people will keep Alaska top of mind for tourism and buying the seafood down here and so on. We're all in this together, but Dan, you reached out to us. You said you had an interesting story from last week, a backup and disaster recovery matter with a client. What's going on?
Well, it is an interesting story. We've done a little bit of work. It's more of a prospect than a client. We've
Okay.
done a little bit of work for them in the past. We did an assessment and we've talked to them. We're trying to get them to understand the value. Managed service selling is a fairly long process, or it can be. So we're trying to get them through the hurdles of understanding what we do. Thursday, we get a call from this prospect that has a store, a retail operation in downtown Anchorage.
Hmm.
And the concern was that the Anchorage Police Department stopped by and said there's going to be a protest march coming through this area on Saturday. So he wanted us to really kind of verify his backup. So I asked what type of backup he was doing, and he told me. And then he says, I said, so when's the last time you tested your backup for validity? When's the last time you did a test run? He goes, well, it's it's probably been about a year. I said, so you don't know whether you have a valid backup or not. They're taking backups every day, but unless you test, unless you know,
Yeah.
you have no real clue. Well, I guess that's true, he says. Well, here's what we can do for you. Just so happen to have an appliance here that can handle all of your data. I fished a little bit more information out of them, and I can bring it down. We would need to do this in short order. Thursday night, I'm crafting a contract, a fly-by-night contract for this, get it signed off. Friday morning, I'm delivering this appliance to their downtown store, installing it, getting it up and running. We end up backing up 10 servers, I think 10 or 12 servers.
Wow. Wow.
Some of them are Linux based, most of them are Windows based, but we're backing up all of this stuff. And Friday night, I go back after we made sure we had all of those machines backed up successfully. I go back and I pick up the appliance and I take it to their Midtown store. But we took it to the Midtown store Saturday morning, first thing Saturday morning. Brought it up online, everything's there. And because it's going across a VPN to attempt to back up those machines again on an ongoing basis, um, you know, we had to ratchet it down to just one consecutive backup at a time.
Yeah.
But we backed up their data. I think he's pleased. I've also let him know, here's what we can do on an ongoing basis with this. We'll see what happens.
Yep.
But at least he knows, and he actually receives that email off of the backup service after every successful screenshot. So the service that we use is Datto.
Yep.
They've been a partner of ours for about 7 years. Great partner, probably one of our premier vendors. And they provide us a service that I know will deliver. The fun thing about this one, though, is because they're on VMware, it was all headless or agentless. We were able to do an agentless backup of all of their servers just by attaching into the vSphere center for VMware. and it's really like magic. Really, it's such a nice arrangement to hop in there, collect all of those servers, get them all backing up, and we had one server that doesn't want to give us a good screenshot when it spins up the virtual machine. So I hopped in and I manually brought it up, tested it out, made sure it came all the way up to at least where you could log in. And I took a screenshot of that and sent it to him and said, here it is, it's working. Now, we could go into more depth of testing, definitely, but we provided him with an emergency solution for hopefully, and it won't be needed, but it definitely was proof of concept for him for what we can do with our service, our business continuity service.
Yeah, and that's the takeaway from this chat with you is it's interesting that the protests that are going on is a demand driver for the services you provide. It sounds like it got them off it got them off as off the dime, as they say.
Yeah. Well, it also pointed out to him, in the conversation Thursday night, it had been a long day Thursday, and I was maybe a little more pointed than I might be, but when you're tired, you don't have time for BS. And so, when's the last time you tested your backup service? And I would ask that of all of the listeners here. How often are you testing to make sure that backup that you are running is viable to put back into production on short notice?
Yeah.
And if you can't answer that with any integrity, you need to look at a new solution.
Yeah. Well, let's make that the final word. And sir, enjoy the summer solstice. We'll see you on the other side next month. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Harry. Appreciate it.